How we doing? How we doing? Today is Tuesday, the 25th of March, 2025. I'm just making this video here in regards to a real estate note deal that I just came across. Wanted to put it out there. I'll probably be doing more of this type of stuff. If you follow me, expect to see more of this type of information. And then also, um, you can always go to my YouTube channel, Abundant Capital Group. There'll be a playlist. I think I'll put it under like review deals 2025. And as I make these videos, I'll post them there. So let me share my screen. And so here's a particular property. It's in Hamilton, Ohio. This picture, if you can see, it was done as of August 2024, so relatively recently. You can kind of see, uh, nice little, cookie cutter type of neighborhood, um, middle of America type of neighborhood. Doesn't look like, it doesn't have a lot of crime and stuff like that. I'll, kind of get into that information as we go along, but, um, this is the property right there. So let me bring this up here. And so this is how I kind of review notes. I do it on kind of a scorecard type of situation. And, we rank all the pros and the cons and, we kind of come out and see what are the good things about it? What are some of maybe the negative things about it? And, we make a decision. So that's kind of our thought process here. Um, so. It is in Hamilton, Ohio. It is, the asking price for the note is right there. It is in the lower price band range. This is for people who, maybe think that they don't have enough money to get involved in real estate or, they want to possibly go and buy a rental property and have to put down just about this amount of money. Um, we can you can use that to actually buy a note, or if you have, more money, you can buy more than one note as well. And so the original terms, it was a house sold at $31,250. A lot of people may be surprised about that, but you have a lot of areas where, there is a below, the median house price in areas are under 100,000. That happens in a lot of different places. I'm in New Jersey, so, a lot of people think that houses are three, four, five, $600,000 or $1 million, but there's a lot of homes that are, in this, I would say 50,000 to 150,000 range. It was written for 360 months at 9.75%. The person has been there for over 70 months. Um, so they've, been there about 6 years. And the unpaid balance right now is 30,347. And you would also say like, wow, after all that time, that's all, they've only paid it down to $30,300 and 47 cents from it originally started at 31.25. That's the power of compounding interest. And so what I'm presenting over here is to purchase it with a partial offer, meaning that you're not buying the full note. The total months that's left on it is about 287 months right now. What you're going to do is buy, most of those payments for the $23,778.26. This will put you at about 55% investment to value. So that's a very good investment to value on a note that is paying. There's no problems, with this right now. They pay on time. There hasn't been any issues as far as my initial due diligence has gone. And this investment to value can actually be lower depending on what the value is. Based on the online value, there was a wide range on online. It went from about 42,000, and then one site had it up around 80,000. So let's just say if it falls somewhere in the middle, between like 50 to 60,000, your investment to value ratio is going to drop. And then obviously if it gets, once we do a value on the property, get an evaluation, and if it is closer to 80,000, then, obviously your investment to value is probably closer to 25, 30%. So the amount invested, including all of the fees, is the $23,778, 26 cents. That's to close the transaction, attorney fee, title fee, um, to go and get an evaluation on the property and anything else that, may be needed um, to make sure that, that this thing closes properly. So your discount from the unpaid balance to what you're paying or what you would be paying is just over $6,500. So let's just say you bought this um, at the beginning of the month of April 1st, you bought it. And then for whatever reason, the person listed the property, over the next 3 months or over the next 30 days and wanted to sell the property and they sold it. So you would actually get all of your money back plus $6,500. And if you took $6,500 and divided it by your initial investment, 6522 divided by, I think it was 23,778. So you would get 27% return on your money within 30, 60, 90 days, something like that. So, obviously that's very good. So, um, the gross yield was 12.6, but when we add in the fees and then you'll have a servicing fee because we want to make sure that this is serviced by a third party, that will reduce, what you get in terms of your monthly payment because it comes out of that. It's an expense. So it's not the money that, you're not receiving the full payment because you do have to pay this expense. So you get a 10.7% return on your investment. And how many people are getting over 10%, 10.5% on a $23,000 investment that is where you have an investment to value ratio of 55% or less? Um, I don't know. I don't know where people, I don't think a lot of people are getting down that type of money. So if you're somebody that has an IRA, some type of retirement account, are you getting over 10% each year in your retirement account backed by an asset? You could be buying stocks and things of that nature, but as we've seen lately, it's been kind of up and down. And what the future holds, we'll see. But this is going to hold, pretty steady. That payment comes in for the next 236 months, no matter what. And if there is any issue, you can get this asset back, um, and then be able to do a number of things once you take the asset back if need be. And like I said, if you just want to sell it right away, would somebody not buy this property for maybe $30,000, $28,000, 32, $35,000 if, obviously the value is a little bit more once we confirm that. So I think so. So, it's pretty safe. And that's why, again, we wanted to kind of do this and bring it to people. So, I have a pros and cons here. I have the balance in the scales. Single family property, the neighborhood and everything looks good. The seasoning is really good. Um, they've been there. They have some equity, and just depending on what the value is, their equity could be $30,000. So, um, is somebody gonna, just walk away from a $30,000 of equity if they get into some sort of trouble? I doubt it. They'll sell the property, like we said, and then make sure that you get paid off. The credit, we don't know what the credit is, so we put that as a con. But in this instance, we really don't think it's a con because they've been there. It's not like they've been there for 12 months. They've been there for over 6 years, and they've consistently made payments. Again, the borrower's LTV is good. They have some equity in the property. What that is, we'll find out once, we get the value. Um, the investment to value, like I said, is really good. I mean, if you can be under 70%, you're in a good position. The lower you get, obviously, the more security you have if something were to go wrong with this particular property. The discount, that $6,500, again, if we got this note and somebody sold it, next month, we'd picked up $6,500 on a $23,000 investment. And that net yield of 10.7% is really good. Um, so, so it's a solid note in a lower price range. Again, we just have to figure out what the value is, but I feel as though it's going to come in above 42K. Even if it's on the lower side, it's probably going to be somewhere between like 50, 55,000. So even at that range, your investment to value is still good. We talked about how the payer's credit is not a big issue because they've been there for the amount of time. Um, the more equity, the less likely they will have to go through foreclosure. The rental values in the area are about double the cost to rent. I have a link here. Let me actually go. I think I still got it up. Do I still have it up? Yeah, here it is. So as you can see, it's Zillow Rentals. Average rent in the area is over $1,000. And even if you want to say you know, on the lower side, it's closer to 700. The monthly payment on this is all together with your taxes and insurance is about 400, less than $500. I think I have that somewhere as well. What's the payment? Okay, that payment right there. You see the total payment, $434. Um, so it's still better if they really want to let this property go and have to go rent for $700 and spend an extra $250 a month to rent? I doubt it. So again, that plays into the security, of the property. So if anybody sees this, has any questions, you know, my contact information will be attached to this. You can reach out to me and we can answer your questions. But there's opportunities like this, all over the place. You'll be surprised. So if you're somebody that has, this type of money that they're looking to invest in real estate, again, you don't have any landlord responsibilities. You don't have any tenant responsibilities. You're just collecting that money each month. It can go into your retirement account or come to you directly. And then again, if any problems do arise, this is a contract for deeds, so the foreclosure process is not the same as it would be if it was a mortgage or a deed of trust. We could check out what that is because Ohio actually is a judicial state. So usually in a judicial foreclosure state, you don't do a contract for deed, but this one was written that way. So we'll have to just kind of look into the paperwork and check out, if we did have to go to foreclosure, what that process looks like. But again, I doubt that this is gonna, get to that particular point. I think that these people are just gonna sit there and pay. And if they do get into any type of trouble or if something happens in the market, they'll look to sell the property. Or you can, go to them and, maybe work something out, with the borrower if something in their life happens. So I think it's just really solid, really, especially in a lower priced asset. I think this is a solid investment to look into. So if you're interested or have any questions, my contact information will be attached to this. And if you're watching this, it's 973-475-8488. That's my cell. Or you can reach out to me via email, dealsacg@yahoo.com. Just put in the subject Hamilton, Ohio note. All right. Talk to you soon. Have a great day.